Welcome to Inside Outboards with your host, Cody Bass. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Big hello to all you new subscribers. Thank you for joining us up in here. Haven't put up a video in a little while. I've just got too many repair projects and other stuff I'm trying to get done. And so that's been kind of not taking place of the outboard repair. I've just been doing a lot of other small engine type stuff. I'll give you some examples of that. And a few other things. I finally got my little mini bulldozer ramrod down to the hydraulic shop after I got it all wire wheeled and core sealed and primed and painted and all that good stuff. You understand? And once I did that, well, I have the manual for the ramrod, which is 40-something years old, and it had the schematic and all for the layout of all the hoses and everything. Well, I got a call from the hydraulic shop, and they said, yeah, all your controls and all that, nah, they're gone. They're toast. Literally toast. That's what happens when you cook them. So, he said what they can do is probably come up with an arrangement that would make everything go all that. So I was like, yeah, whatever you got to do. So that left me in a dilemma because they've got the mini dozer and I can't put the engine back until they get the hydraulics hoses all ran, because the engine sits right on top of the drive motor. So I've got that going. So then I started thinking about it. Do I even want to go back with the Kohler engine that was in there? I have other engine options. I've got a couple 13 horsepower Hondas. I've got a 10 horsepower or 2 diesel Yanmars, and that's what I've been messing with here today a little bit. And I got one out here I'll show you, and I can get it to pop over and run for a second or two, but then it won't stay running. So either the injector pump or the injector itself is dead. So I'm gonna have to get pots. I got to get the pots off of the line, off of the line. I got to get the pots. You understand? So be a little bit before I could get this diesel going. And I'm not 100% sure I want to do that anyway. Now here's my thoughts about it. If I've got, you know, the way I drive that little dingo ramrod is, you know, you stand on it and drive it. With the Kohler, I got that big muffler coming down and toward the ground away from me. With the diesel, they're pretty stinky. You understand? And I'd be standing right there, having to sniff around all that diesel. Not sure I want to do that. I think I got a Honda that I can make work. It's got a seized-on pulley that I'd have to get off. None of these engines I have the exact same size crankshaft where I would mount the Lovejoy that hooks to the pump. So I would have to get new Lovejoys and such. But it's all doable. So what would you do if you had a little single-cylinder air-cooled electric start diesel a Honda gas or the original Kohler? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know what to, you know. And what makes me know about the diesel and how the smell can kind of get to you is my log splitter has a Lombardini diesel on it. And when I split wood with that log splitter, I only do it on a windy day when we have a good steady gust of a breeze going away from me. And I set it all up to where the wind's at my back, so that goes away. But I've had it where I've just come out and had to, you know, wanted to split up 4 or 5 rounds, you know, to get some wood in for a couple days, and just sitting there doing that log splitter with that diesel, it's not good, not good. But anyway, got a few things I'm gonna show you in this here vid, and I say let's get to it. Oh, Fret, he says hi. He says he misses y'all. He said some other things, but I don't think YouTube let me put that on a video. That's his nature. Anyway, let's get to it.
Well, I got a call from the hydraulic shop, and they said that the controls and everything for my little ramrod are shot. And they said what you're going to have to do is bring it down to our shop, and we can try and come up with something to make all the components work. So I got her winched up into the little trailer, and I'm on my way to Island Hydraulics to see if they can save it. Cha-ching! I've been having that kind of stuff keep me a little bit busy, away from the stuff I like to do. And here's the Yamaha diesel that is an option to go into my mini dozer and replace the Kohler. The Kohler, from what I understand, is 11 horsepower gas. This little Yamaha here, air-cooled electric start, is 10. I can't see that where that would make really any difference. And I have another one of these as well. The other one's actually in better shape than this one, but this one, I think if I get a new injector and a new injector pump, it'll probably run just fine. Just thoughts. Don't know which way I'll go yet. Ain't decided. I just don't know. Well, there's Cutie number 1. This one came in. The guy just wants me to go through it, make sure it's all. He said he knows the carb's gonna need a cleaning, maybe some other stuff. It's a little 3.5. Now, one thing I like about this one, I've only ever had one other like this that came in, and I like this feature. Like a dummy, I sold mine, but you can see he's got neutral and forward, and then to put it in reverse you spin it 180. But this means you can start it without putting a load on the prop. Now, I've got 2 of my own that are pretty much same thing like this. I think they're 3.3. I have one Johnson and one Evinrude, but they don't have that. I did have a Nissan one time that was a 3.5 or a 3.3, and it had this, and like a dummy I sold it. I should have kept it. So if I get another one of these in here, I'm going to see if I can't take ownership of it. But we got some cuties. Now let's look at the next cutie. Oh, well, there she is. And this one is a little Yamaha dos. 2 horsepower. But what's going on with this one? And this one I'm going to go ahead and break into today. The owner says it's leaking oil right out through this little hole in the front here and draining down and drip, drip, drip. So I'm going to pop that lower unit. I don't see any oil dripping, you know, around the props, nice and dry. But he says right here, there's oil dripping out of there. So I don't know. Yeah, we're going to pop that lower off there and see what we see. Yeah, it does look like it's kind of running down this way and then doing that. So, like I said, this all looks good and tight. I see nothing there. Could be coming out of these holes. I don't know. Let's pop it off and give it a look. I don't think there's one under there. No. Let's get them out it and give it a bumpity bump bump. Ooh. Okay, we popped that propeller off. Can you see all the fishing line around that shaft? All kind of fishing line. So it's probably going to take both seals, if I can even get them. Fishing line. There's still more in there. I need that little thing. All right, actually this seal don't look like it's compromised. It looks pretty good. I don't think it did any damage to it. Here's another probe. She's in there pretty tight. I'll break it. Yeah, I got some that time, I think. I could probably get something real thin in there. She coming. She coming. Okay, we got this little C-clip, E-clip, clip off of there, and then the drive shaft popped right out of the pinion gear, and now we can see our impeller and our impeller keeper, which is just a little round thing. And then there's the impeller. It's memory set pretty good. So yeah, it should be replaced. Yeah. It's not delaminated or nothing that I can see. But we'll replace that too. But the big thing is, does that tin cup just come out of there? Let's see what kind of seal is under here. Well, I can see a tin cup in there, and I can see a rubber O-ring right beneath it as part of a seal. But I don't have the parts anyway on me. There's the pinion gear. Man. I don't want to lose anything. There he is right there, I think. You right one? So I like to just kind of, you know, loosely put everything back together. Big old military jet flying over us. I didn't get a good shot at it. I don't know what those are, C-17, something like that. It's over here from Elbendorf Air Force Base. J-Bear, they call it. Joint Fort Richardson Air Force Base, something. It's where Putin and President Trump were. Putin. So, that's where that plane's from.
No shocks in the back. Go Honda. Get home. Go Honda, get home.
Well now, hey Cody Bass, what's for dinner up in them wilds in Alaska? Well, I show you. Oh yeah, there it is. Who can tell what that is? That animal was harvested yesterday by a good buddy of mine, Mr. Les, and his boys. Don't that look scrumptious? What you are looking at, aside from this piece right here, the rest of this is liver and onions, fresh venison, liver, and onions. This is heart, venison heart, from our healthy, wonderful, amazing tasting Sitka black-tailed deer. Liver and onions over here. I have golden small potatoes, Yukon golden smalls, and fresh, never frozen, picked out the garden, green beans. And then here is my dinner plated. So what you got, you've got your liver and onions and your heart. Yummy, that heart. Yummy all this. Then I've got Yukon Gold potatoes, and I just simmered them till they got tender. Kind of mushed them a little bit, not a lot. Now I got sour creams and chives, and I got fried bacon, not bacon bits that you buy at the store. I fried up the bacon to top my Yukon Golds. Then I've got my fresh green beans, and in the liver and heart I put smoked paprika, I put garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, Lowry seasoning salt, two little cloves of garlic, so that ought to be good. But one thing I want to show you that I've been doing, it's a southern thing for the most part. This bottle I'm going to show you is over 50 years old. And it goes on any of my greens. You understand? Collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, green beans. If it's a cooked green, it goes on it. And like I said, this bottle here, hell, I don't even know who, OUTBOARD'S peppered vinegar. Those peppers have been in that jar for 50 years. And all I do is, when it starts getting low, which it is starting to get a little bit low now, I fill it back up to the top with regular old white vinegar. Shake it, put it back on the shelf. It's been working for 50 years. And that goes on your green beans, or any of your greens. You just, spices them up, tarts them up, make you love them.
fresh, clean, clear, Alaskan lemon water. Yummy. Oh, well, that's as far as I'm going to go in this little cutie, because I got to get some parts. I'll get on the inner tube there, and hopefully I can just buy, hopefully they'll have a little kit that'll have the impeller, tin cup, the O-rings, and you understand. So hopefully they'll have all that. And this video here, I just wanted to give you guys, I know it's been probably a month since I put up a video, but I have just had so much going on that I had to just hunker down and do it. One of the big ones was my boiler. We got that straightened out, hopefully. And then my vehicles, I needed to get my Kodi Bastro Van 1 up and ready for winter. I drive that one in the winter time. It's got a fluid-driven all-wheel drive system, which I like a lot better than the 03, which has an electronic encoder motor. So it's more jerky. So I just, since I got two, I drive one in the summer, one in the winter. And that's what I'm going to do. I've been doing that. Still got a few things to do on it, but I'm almost there. So getting caught up, but yeah, that's all I got in this video. Bunch of different little things. I'm sure there's a couple hacks in there somewhere. And I want to thank all you new subscribers for joining me up in here. And I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. Could you share my videos? Yeah, you know, I've never really asked to have that done. And in all honesty, I don't even know how you do that. You guys. I don't know how to do it. But I thought I'd ask. Pretty please. Share them. However y'all do that. And then, if there just happens to be, and I'm sure there are, a few of you subscribers, or people just tuning in to watch, what would be the best oil-fired boiler? In other words, my boiler, it heats my house and it provides my domestic hot water. The one I've got in here is 47 years old. And they've told me it needs to be replaced. They've got it working, but it needs to be replaced. I don't know nothing about boilers. The one that's in there, the boiler part is called a Beckett's. But anyway, if you have knowledge on boilers, and if you were going to go out and buy a new boiler today, an oil fire boiler, what would you get? What would you suggest I get, is a better way of putting it. So if you can help me with that, I'd be most grateful. So everybody have a great, safe Labor Day. Get out, have some fun, get on that water, catch them fish, and of course, take a kid with you and let them drive the boat. Take kid captain out there. Let them have fun. And again, thank you for joining us. That's going to be a wrap. One more hack from Kodiak. Thanks for watching.
More vids are coming on Inside Outboards with your host, Cody Bear.